Sound check. Excuse me. Sound check 1, 2. Awesome. All right. Good morning, guys. Sorry, I lost track of time there. I was jamming out to some old Bone Thugs and Harmony and Biggie Smalls there for a bit this morning. So, what's up, Sid? How's it going, Mike? Hopefully, Mike, your issue is fixed. Nice. I just got your DM. Perfect. Technology is a lovely thing. All right, let's jump into the markets here. So, we got some volatility happening in the overnight session here now, mostly the pre-market session here. We got about a 13-point range on the day so far in the S&P 500, and like more than half of that just came in the past 30 minutes here. So we had these Canadian unemployment rates, and then we had the U.S. non-farm employment change and unemployment rate and all that stuff kind of come out this morning, and then we have nothing else for the rest of the day there. So we got a nice reaction off of that so far in the S&Ps, and if we turn the extended session on here, you guys can see we've pretty much come up and just about a point away from testing that 28.9450, and you can see we test this 28.8675 as well in the overnight session there, right there at about 8 o'clock last night there. We went ahead and popped up and tagged that level and just kind of hung out there all night long, and then finally popped up here and got close to that 28.9450s. So coming into this morning, what I want to see, there's a combination of a couple things. I think we'll open kind of somewhere right around here, and what I think is going to end up happening is we'll get like a nice little flurry to the upside and tag those 28.9450s. Now if we can do that and establish some type of weakness off of that point, then I think we can get a decent little pullback there. Now, the contrary to that is if we come up here and we test that level, we start hanging out, then I think we get kind of an end of day breakout. This market's just been kind of creeping higher for the past 2 weeks. We've gotten some small sell-offs intraday. Most of the time they're getting reversed by the end of the day. So anybody that's holding positions here for the first part of Q2, if they're holding any short positions, then I'm going to expect those to start getting covered here today if we start holding up over 28.9450s there. So if that happens, then I think we're just going to kind of trade our way up into 2900s there. So I'm not completely one-sided on this. I'm willing to take longs here up over 28.9450s. Willing to take shorts off 28.9450s, and then if we pull back here and we test 86.75s without having traded 94.50s first, then I'm willing to take longs off of 28.8675s. So, excuse me, I'm not opposed to first pullback here on the day coming in at 86.75s and being able to scoop that position up to the long side. We have not traded that in regular trading hours session at all, and if we pull back prior to hitting those upside profit targets, then I'll be willing to step into the long side. Moving over to the NASDAQ here. So NASDAQ right now 76, where does it go? There we go. 76.13 quarters, 76.06 75s. We have not quite traded there. We got 76.01 75s on the high of that bar there. So I'm going to be paying attention to that. If NASDAQ is going to kind of come back up, hit this level again. We got a really nice sell-off from that, about 60, 70 points there on Wednesday, I believe that was, from that level. And this will be the second test up into that level. So if we're looking for a potential market to short, the NASDAQ may be one of those here. If we can get some congruency there with the S&Ps off 94.50s and some type of entry or divergence or something up in this area. So if we clear that area though, we've got room up to 76.39s, and I'm not gonna continue to fight that if it wants to rally up to 76.39s. It is definitely and entirely possible today that we can do that. We'll just have to kind of work through this resistance level up here in order for that to happen. No long pullbacks here on the Nasdaq. I mean, we're kind of right in this area, 75.89s right now. I don't have any long pullbacks, so if it just kind of hangs out in here during the day, anywhere between the close and kind of the 76.06, 75s, I'm not going to be looking to do anything in there. So keep that in mind. Nasdaq on pullbacks, not a viable opportunity for me today. And we did come down and tag that 75.28 quarter level yesterday. So we pushed through the low of this move yesterday. It was 22s. There was actually a divergence that got set right there. Yeah, there was a divergence that got set right there between the Nasdaq getting new lows, the S&Ps getting new lows. There was a signal in place. I'll pull that over so you guys can see it here. 75.28 quarters there. So Nasdaq came down, got the new lows there. S&Ps came down, got the new lows right there. Slide this over a bit. Yeah, this is the 1245 bar. Got new lows there. We got a signal in place in the S&Ps, right? The only other signal we had on the day that triggered was off of the 74s, which was the support level. You can see this one triggered over 74s and continued to carry us higher into the rest of the day. Nasdaq here, Russell here did not get new lows when the Nasdaq and the S&Ps did. And then same thing here in the Dow. The Dow did not get new lows. Dow's lows were way down here at the same time where Nasdaq was getting lows into that level with a divergence in the S&P. So if you're following the divergence strategy, that was a really, really good entry into a long position there yesterday. That's worked out really nicely and could have held that over into a swing here. So that trade worked out really nicely, and I'm not going to be looking for the same type of thing here today in the Nasdaq. I just think the pullback levels in here are kind of hard, and realistically, I mean, anywhere over the opening print, I'm just not a big fan of that. So it would need some serious weakness and kind of get back down here towards 75.40s, and at that point, I'm just not going to be interested to the long side in this market. The Russell here, so Russell breaking out a bit here, 1574s. Looks like we did just get new highs there, 1578.80. So those are new highs over the past few weeks here in the Russell. Again, the Russell was the trade yesterday, and the Russell was just no trade. It's really, really sideways. We called one long in there in the morning, right off of the support levels right here. So Russell caught a long right off here off the 63.80s that had pushed through by about 2 ticks. So could have had one long opportunity yesterday in the Russell, and then there was a divergence up here at the highs on the Russell there. I don't know if anybody took that trade or not, but either way, was one solid long opportunity on the day there for a quick scalp, and otherwise I think it's going to still continue to be kind of in this sideways range that we've got going right now for the past couple of days. So I'm going to expect much of this same type of action you see right now on a 5-minute chart to happen today as well in the Russell on a 5-minute chart. So I can delete a couple of these levels here now that we've traded up to and through them here, and I can actually leave that one in place. The hourly bar held. So 1573.30s there is going to be kind of the line in the sand there for the Russell. Once it gets back under this 1573.30s, I think it's just going to kind of bat around and hang out down in that zone again. Now taking a look here at the Dow. So the Dow here has traded up and tagged. We had this 26,446 level in place from yesterday, and if we look at the 5-minute chart and turn the extended session on, you can see we actually traded that level in the overnight session here almost to the tick. So 446s there, traded 447s, and we just kind of blew through that level here this morning. So it'll be interesting. We got, about 60 points away there from hitting that second upside profit target there. And it'll be interesting to see if Dow wants to hold on pullbacks here this morning to 26,446s and give us a rally up to 26,569s. I would be more interested in a long in the Dow than I would any of these other markets at the moment. Outside of the S&Ps getting that pullback to 86.75s, the S&P and the Dow is something I would look at for longs on the day. The Nasdaq and the S&Ps are something I would look at as a short. So S&Ps can go either way today. Just depends on where and how it gets to the levels. And then the Dow here, I would not look at any shorts, given the fact that it's kind of blown through this level. First test of this level was a good short opportunity. You can see that would have worked out here for a bit, depending on where you trailed this or got out. Most likely about 20 points there if you're trailing it conservatively. But again, you'd have had to been at the desk at 3:30 this morning in order to get that fill, or obviously put limits in. So pullbacks on the Dow, buyable. If we get up to 26,569s, I'll see how price reacts up there. I don't know that I'm going to be a big fan of shorting that up there, but I'm not going to rule it out right now. I'll see how price reacts and see if we can get some type of divergence or something to occur up there in order for that position to work. All right. Taking a look at gold here now. And again, if you guys have symbols you want me to take a look at, feel free to go ahead and type those into the chat, and I'll take a look at those here in just a moment. Gold here is just whipping kind of back and forth at the moment. So let's see here. I think I would leave gold alone today. 8.5 point range. I really wanted to see this down move yesterday kind of hold and we stay somewhere down here around 1286s, 1287s. And it just didn't do that. So I don't know if this needs a little bit more time here on the hourly chart to kind of finish setting up the pattern here. I am still bearish in gold down into 1258.60s. I don't currently have a position on in here though. And at this point, I'm not putting one on with, this potential reversal here. And again, if it can get up over kind of 1300.60s, then I think we're in trouble to the short side. And then we've got room kind of back up here towards 1316s. So the risk reward is not as good to the upside. It's only about 16 points. The downside right now has like, 35, 40 points worth of room to go. So I'll keep this on the radar here. I have not had any trades in here in quite some time now, and it's just not quite setting up here. I mean, maybe missing this trade here on Wednesday was kind of a blessing here because it's just reversed on the day or yesterday, and then now kind of trying to do the same thing here today. So I'll keep this one on watch again, but as of right now, I don't really see much to do in there, and I'm hoping this doesn't just turn into kind of a sideways market right around 1300 with no real decision which way it wants to go. I'm hoping that's not the case for gold. Yeah, definitely whipsaw in there. Let's see here. Crude oil 62.39s. We're just hanging on to this 62.13s here and not able to get up to 62.91s. So we got an overnight range of about 70 points there. But nothing here again. I mean, this is now starting to go sideways. Basically 1, 2, this will end up being the third day kind of sideways here. So I don't see much to do in there as well. Unfortunately, I think crude's had some pretty decent moves over the past week and a half or 2 weeks now, but just not really any good clean setups in there. Some big tails here on obviously the inventory numbers, which is to be expected, but we're just staying right in this range. Yeah, I don't think it's trading very cleanly either. Can you explain the significance of opening print of the prior day that it has on today? I only use opening print of the day that it is. Like, I don't use the previous day. Like, yesterday's open in the Nasdaq or S&Ps. I don't use that level for today, just the new opening print. Do I consider 7,600 a significant level in the Nasdaq? I don't, just because we've got levels above there. I don't really give like the whole numbers kind of any special treatment. If levels line up within, a tick or a point or two of those levels, then, okay, those are valid because there's levels there. But just because, there's 2,900 in the S&Ps above doesn't mean that it's going to like actually have any type of real impact. There are some driving factors like trying to get it to those types of levels. But realistically, there's more so that works in Forex with like the quarters theory type of thing than like whole numbers around these markets. Because like if that was the case, then why'd we push up to 76.16 in the Nasdaq like a few days ago? Like we should have just stopped right around 7,600 if that's the thing. All right, let's see. Nvidia here. So Nvidia hit these resistance levels, 189.71s, and let's see if it's gapping this morning. I'm sure it is. Yeah, 190.30s. I mean, if this thing continues to run here, it's got room to 194.84s. But otherwise, I think that's probably about it for Nvidia here at the moment. At that point, I would expect kind of a pullback, and then could reestablish positions here. But otherwise, I mean, this is going to be what you're pretty much looking for, what you're asking for. ATVI. Where is my zone on which one, Dario? 921 here. So ATVI gapping up, not really gapping. 1,100 shares traded here so far this morning. This is Activision. Oh. Sorry, my throat's still a little bit sore today. 47's there. I don't see anything to do in here. I mean, if I had to pick a direction, I would honestly probably pick down. It's got highs up here. Try to come up and test those highs, put in topping tails, and then now rolling over, crack through this lower level of support right there. Came back up, retested, and potentially going into an hourly downtrend with maybe a little bit of a daily lower high forming here from that tail. So if I had to pick a direction in there, I would say down. Copper /HG, right? I have not traded this in a long time. / 29065. I'm conflicted in this one too. Let me see. If anything, I think pullbacks need to hold right in through here, 2902. If pullbacks in there don't hold, then I think it cracks and kind of works into this gap. I don't know where exactly it kind of stops into this gap area. But yeah, I mean, pullbacks need to hold this 2902. Which zone were you talking about, Dario? Awesome. Appreciate it, Ken. All right, guys, that's what I got here for you so far this morning. About 9:25 now. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this stream off, and I'll be back in just a few minutes with everyone that's in the MLT Discord, where we'll be trading live with you guys for the first hour to hour and a half of the day. If you enjoyed this content, please give me a thumbs up on the video. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. We go live each and every morning at 9 o'clock. And if you're interested in learning more about Major League Trading and what we do here, or joining the Discord channel, then those links are going to be in the description below. And hope you guys all enjoy your weekend. It is Friday, and I'll see you guys back next week on Monday.